Afghanistan's former foreign minister currently leads the race to become the next president. The vote count should be completed by Thursday, but early results show the frontrunner is still about 6% short of the required 50% to secure the victory. That means a runoff is likely and more political instability for the country, which has suffered 13 years of war. International forces pull out in the coming months, and that heralds grim prospects for the country's most vulnerable, who are already enduring poverty, poor health and malnutrition. Here's RT's Lucy Kafanov.
Desperate cries and shriveled bodies. This is what acute malnutrition is doing to an estimated 1 million children across Afghanistan. At the country's only pediatric hospital, the doctors do what they can, but there are more babies coming here and more dying too. There's no famine in Afghanistan, but a combination of factors has created the perfect storm. Musar is 3 months old, but weighs less than a newborn.
Face, body, everything. It shows muscle wasting of the child.
Severely dehydrated and in shock, she doesn't have the energy to cry. Her mother couldn't produce breast milk and says there was no money for food.
Her life is still in danger. I don't know if she will be fine or not.
Ignorance and hygiene also play a role. This 3-month-old boy was born healthy, but quickly deteriorated. Inexperienced mothers would sometimes feed their infants tea or formula made with dirty water. It's a growing problem. UN figures show that the number of severely malnourished children has doubled since 2012, and the doctors here report a similar increase. It's not clear why there are more and more cases like this across Afghanistan. Poverty, lack of education, and of course war are all to blame. What is clear is that despite years of Western involvement and billions of dollars in humanitarian aid, the children's health crisis in Afghanistan is getting worse. And that's contributing to a stunted generation. More than half of Afghan boys and girls suffer irreversible physical harm because they didn't get enough food in the first 2 years of life. And despite international efforts, a third of the population goes hungry.
There has been enough money. I expect something to have been done in this country. I expected that these people have been cured in their village, in their province, not to travel for 10 hours just to come to Kabul for treatment. And again, they cannot see enough healthcare service for them. We wish this has not happened with these billions of dollars.
At the heart of the problem is war. In provinces like Helmand, fighting has disrupted lives and pushed people over the edge. The charity Doctors Without Borders has expanded its facilities here to cope with the rise in malnutrition. But in other parts of Afghanistan, there's simply nowhere to go.
The violence is still very there, and we are definitely still in a conflict. On access to health care also, most of the time that health facility is not functional totally or not at all. So it means that there is no staff, or it means that there is no medication, or that it's closed. So that's a bit the harsh reality.
At the pediatric hospital, doctors are getting ready for a sharp rise in patients. The summer fighting season is likely to exacerbate the problem. But there's an even bigger worry looming ahead: the departure of foreign combat troops at the end of the year.
This is the concern for everybody, even for uneducated people who do not know how to feed their children. If all international community leave us, what will be the destiny for these people? War every day, war in every street of Kabul, killing of people, again the economy, and everything bad.
It's a destiny Afghanistan's next generation can only hope to avoid. Lucy Kafanov, RT, Kabul.
And there's another struggle that Afghanistan's children face, and that's having to work to provide for themselves and their families. It's estimated that over 2 million children in the country have full or part-time jobs. Many begin working at the age of 6 and are involved in hard labor like mining, construction and farming. And there are laws in Afghanistan prohibiting child labor, but they are widely ignored by both families and ignored by the employers.
Malnutrition, violence, drug addiction, poverty, insecurity, corruption. What are the values here? Lucy Kafanov reports on Afghan realities.
This is an incredibly dangerous.
Today on RT.